You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And for those of you who are interested in even more positive and encouraging tips and strategies beyond what I share in podcasts like this, then feel free to check out my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, nationally recognized for the unique way in which it addresses the often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. Designed for more than just therapists, if you're a helping professional in any way, Diversity in Clinical Practice can help you meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve. And it's available in paper and audiobook versions for your convenience. And if you haven't heard it yet, I invite you to visit TED.com and check out my talk called What to Do When You Offend Someone, where I offer a positive and practical perspective on how to navigate unintentional offenses in daily life. To date, it's been viewed over 500,000 times. Check it out for yourself, and if you're encouraged by it as well, then share with a friend. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist, or my informing and empowering efforts as an author and speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world, one strengthened relationship at a time. So, today I want to share with you an encouraging perspective on appreciating veterans and their families. Before the holiday season really kicks into high gear, it's worth mentioning that November is National Veterans and Military Families Month, a time to honor veterans and raise awareness about their unique mental health challenges. Not only that, but it's also a time to acknowledge the many military families that also navigate the experience of veterans before, during, and after veterans' time of service to this country. And while I'm not a veteran myself, I've had the pleasure of coming alongside of veterans and their families in my role as a mental health professional, helping them navigate managing the personal and mental health growth struggles, as well as supporting the strengthening of their family relationships as a whole. And as it is from that perspective that I would like to share with you a few considerations about things that you could think about this November and beyond. Consideration number one: help make asking for help a sign of strength rather than a sign of weakness. It's no secret that the concept of strength over weakness is a core principle in military culture. And while that definitely has many advantages, which can be motivational as well as life saving, it also has a disadvantage, and that is that learning to ask for help is often avoided, even when needed, due to a belief that to do so would be going against their strong identity, or even putting themselves and those they care about in danger. Even after years of service have been concluded, many have not felt safe enough to ask for help and modify this long-standing pattern. Unfortunately, this has contributed to the development of unhealthy patterns of interaction, or worse, risking one's own safety and well being. One way these disadvantaged dangers can be avoided is to make clear to any veteran you know that not only do you not consider asking for help weakness, but that you consider asking for help to be a sign of strength. To make it even more convincing, add why. Sharing how it takes a self aware person to know where they're strongest and where they could benefit from growth. It takes a wise person to know that there are many things that can be done alone, but also many things that benefit from the wisdom of others. And that while sometimes you may be the one receiving help, the next time you could be the one giving help, giving everyone the opportunity to feel strong in the giving and receiving of help, not out of mutual weakness, but out of mutual sharing of strengths. Consideration number two: help heal post traumatic stress and pursue post traumatic growth. On one hand, post traumatic stress is real and must not be ignored. There are many things in life that are legitimately overwhelming. I don't believe we're designed to withstand every possible horrific experience without any ramifications. It's completely natural to be impacted by life sometimes. Sometimes those ramifications impact us individually, and other times they impact our ability to maintain healthy interactions with others. This is completely understandable. It's also understandable that what impacts you may impact others differently. Again, this is less a sign of their strength and your weakness or vice versa, and more of an indication of you starting from different places with different past experiences and different foundations to impact. For example, someone who's wrestled with their identity, emotions, or sense of purpose may be impacted differently by these significant events than someone who has never thought about their identity, has a different relationship with their emotions, or had not even identified any larger sense of purpose. Interestingly, it is this experience of support and larger sense of purpose which I've seen to have a significant impact on healing from post traumatic stress and pursuing post traumatic growth. It's one thing to learn to cope with what have already occurred and accept that what has happened cannot be changed. It's another thing to learn from what has occurred and identify ways in which you have learned valuable lessons, which can be turned into strengths, which can be used to make life even better moving forward for you and those who you care about. No matter how desirable or undesirable the learning experience may have been, it's what you do with them that can matter significantly moving forward. Which leads to consideration number three: empower veterans' families in their adjustment as well. As a marriage and family therapist, I appreciate the inclusion of families not as a distraction from those who risk their lives on our behalf, but also to acknowledge the families of veterans who live through this challenge alongside of their veterans. Their families missed them while they were gone, supported them from afar during deployments, worried about their well being, and shared the challenge of welcoming them back, navigating the delicate challenge of building routines and habits while they were away, appreciating their safe return, but also unsure of how to change those habits and routines to fit their veteran back in. Even for veterans who were not gone for long periods at a time, their families had to share the uncertainty of not knowing whether their family would be staying where they were or uprooting and moving on a frequent basis, interrupting the development and maintenance of their own healthy friends and support systems. And this is all alongside of the delicate challenge of learning to meet common marital and parental needs, which I can attest as a marriage and family therapist to being challenging enough without the added responsibility of adjusting for military life. Add in the challenge of veterans have to learn a whole new way of interacting from what was perfected, consistent, and clearly understood in the service to what is nuanced and ever evolving in their marital and family life. And this challenge, however difficult as it may be, has the opportunity to be one that is not need to be run from, and instead can be one that's run toward. As I mentioned before, mental health challenges and new family and social dynamics don't have to be seen as a sign of weakness. They have the potential to become the new challenge they get to overcome, the new, reasonable, legitimate barriers with ultimate reward on the other side. That reward being fulfilling and meaningful relationships with those who are safe because of what was done and sacrificed before, and who they can share their life with every day moving forward. With all that being said, my hope for you, whether you are a veteran yourself or someone who cares for or simply knows someone who's a veteran, is that you would be motivated to increase your appreciation for veterans, not just for what they did while serving and putting their lives on the line for this country, but also that you would have the appreciation, a healthy appreciation for the fact that their challenge didn't end when they took off their uniform. Instead, they began a new challenge: the transition to civilian life, which often comes with mental health struggles and relationship struggles, as well as opportunities to not just survive, but also to thrive. And if you've ever find yourself to have the opportunity to do so, help the veterans around you to thrive, whether directly or indirectly. Help create environments of appreciation, empowerment, purpose, and support. And to all the veterans who have served this country, thank you for your service, and thank you for continuing to thrive. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening in today to the Diversity Dude podcast. If you have any pressing diversity related questions that you'd like me to address on an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of a shame free or empowering guest speaker or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at diversitymadesimple.com. And if you know of anyone else who can benefit from a positive and encouraging perspective on the often difficult topic of diversity, feel free to send them a link to this podcast so they can be encouraged as well. Or share with them my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, available at Amazon.com. And don't forget to visit TED.com and check out my talk on what to do when you offend someone. I hope it inspires you and that you share it with someone else so that they can be inspired as well. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Small business owners, listen up. It's your girl Shaletta, and I wanted to make sure you knew that round 2 of the Promise Act is happening right now. It's the state-funded small business revitalization program that offers grants and loans to entrepreneurs like us. There's more than $60 million up for grabs for businesses located in certain parts of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and greater Minnesota. That's right, you heard me, 60 million with an M. Now, I know you don't want to leave that money on the table, so go to mnpromiseact.org to get more info. Now listen, don't delay and wait until the last minute. You've got until December 14th to fill out the online application. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to grow your business.
Ready to go? At Metro Transit, we are. With more routes to more places, easy ways to pay, and more convenient options, we're ready to go further. Go easier. Go faster. Go, go, go. And go. We're ready to go. Are you?